Hey guys, Sean here again. How are you all doing? I hope you're not getting sick of me yet. Today, we need to dive right into the eye of the storm, as everyone keeps asking about the truth of the Yu Menglong case. Two names have abruptly been thrust back into the public spotlight: Tien Hyong and Jackson Yi. The former, caught under the bright lights on the red carpet, was filmed with a dark shadow, allegedly a ghost or spirit following her, sparking outrage across the internet. The latter is facing box office trouble with his movie The Wild Life, which was aiming to break records but has been hampered by ghost screenings and mass ticket cancellations. He's even been accused of utilizing fan-operated manipulation tactics to inflate sales. Ostensibly, this is a box office storm, but on a deeper level, it involves issues of borrowing luck, arms companies, and political propaganda anomalies, which are all surfacing one after another. What's even more chilling to consider is that both of these incidents are inextricably linked to a single name: Yu Menglong. Some say that after his departure, it's as if a corner of the black curtain covering the entire Mandarin-speaking entertainment circle has been lifted. Others suggest these anomalies are no accident, but rather a sign that a certain power is starting to lose control, from the strange shadow behind Tien Hyong to the ghostly box office figures of Jackson Yi's movie. This is no longer just celebrity gossip, folks. This is a black hole that is getting darker and darker, because you never know how deep this hole goes.
睽睽之下，于朦胧不擦，换了位置，全网炸锅了。
From the truth at stake to the rapidly escalating public opinion. Specifically, on November 27th, actress Tien Hyong, who was implicated in the list known as the Death Dinner Party, her new film, My World Without Me, held its premiere event. In this movie, she served as both the director and the lead actress. This premiere was supposed to be her crowning moment. However, a scene that unfolded at the venue sent shivers down the spines of netizens watching the live broadcast. On that day, as Tien Hyong was speaking passionately on stage, she was saying something about spreading love from the bottom of her heart. Exactly at that moment, under the stage lights, the shape of the shadow behind Tien Hyong startled numerous netizens. The silhouette turned out to be strikingly similar to the stature of Yu Menglong during his lifetime. The live broadcast room instantly erupted. Some people immediately left comments full of curses, saying, "Menglong is right behind you. He's come to get you." Others asked, "Tien Hyong, look behind you. Aren't you getting the chills?" Of course, there were also those who suggested it might just be the shadow projected by the host or a guest at the venue. But why did the netizens react so dramatically? Because the scales of conscience in everyone's hearts were leaning toward the victim. Before the truth is revealed, anyone linked to the death list standing under the spotlight will invariably strike people as cynical and ironic. What made it even more ironic was Tien Hyong's statement on stage. She said, "Life has dignity. Sometimes it comes from self-healing. I hope this light can illuminate all of us." On the surface, these words sound very moving. However, at a time when Yu Menglong's body had not yet been buried and his case was fraught with doubt, this statement was interpreted by netizens as the height of hypocrisy. One netizen immediately sent a bullet screen reply. "You are so enthusiastic about weaving justice into films and dramas, yet you are ignoring the collapse of real life happening all around you. The truth won't be revealed, and the idiocy won't stop." Others even dug up an old photo of Tien Hyong with Yu Menglong, confronting her with the question, "Didn't you previously claim you didn't know Yu Menglong? What about this picture?" In your opinion, was the shadow behind Tien Hyong merely a lighting coincidence, or is this a sign that the Yu Menglong case is moving closer to the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
睽睽之下，于朦胧不擦，换了位置，全网炸锅了。
Then, this next incident is the real money game. Even before its release, the reputation of Tien Hyong's film, My World Without Me, had already collapsed. A massive number of netizens flooded Douban, China's film review platform, to leave negative reviews. The comments left behind all stated, "Don't expect traffic, you won't get my box office money." By all logic, a film boycotted like this should have a truly miserable box office performance, right? However, something strange occurred. Netizens discovered that the film's total box office pre-sales actually reached 6.02 million RMB. Where did this money come from? If no one was watching, who paid this over 6 million RMB? In the comments section, netizens who understand the ins and outs immediately pointed out the key issue. Here, we need to provide a little background information. In the Chinese entertainment industry, falsifying movie box office figures is a common occurrence. This is typically used to convert illicit funds into legitimate company profits through the form of box office revenue, what is commonly referred to as money laundering. Netizens angrily questioned, with so much hidden manipulation, why isn't the government investigating it? However, everyone knows full well that under that system, the movement of funds at this level often has a protective umbrella. This also reminds us of the legendary 17-person death dinner party. Behind all of this, the parties involved may not just be squabbling within the entertainment industry, but rather a massive, brutal chain of vested interests. This brings us to the third and most important piece of news we'll cover today. Recently on Threads, a netizen shared a conversation with a friend who was a high-ranking official from a specific functional department in the United States. If this 6 million RMB presale really was money laundering, who do you think has the power to blatantly manipulate box office data like this, and why would they choose this method? Drop your conspiracy theories below.
睽睽之下，于朦胧不擦，换了位置，全网炸锅了。
This source of information revealed that several organizations in the United States, including even the FBI, actually already knew about the Yu Menglong case. But listen carefully, this next point is absolutely crucial. What does it mean? In their view, the unnatural death of a Chinese star might only be the tip of the iceberg. What truly grabbed the attention of American intelligence agencies were the transnational industrial chains, the flow of laundered funds, and the political factors dragged out from behind this case. This high-ranking American official even gave specific advice, asking him to pay attention to the Alice Kuo case, as well as reports from Bloomberg, and to watch a show by someone named Van Zeller. I looked it up, and Van Zeller created a program called Trafficked with Mariana Van Zeller. What is this program about? The black market, smuggling, and fraudulent funding chains. This means that from the perspective of American intelligence agencies, the Yu Menglong case might not just be an ordinary murder case, but could potentially be part of an operation similar to Royal Island or a transnational money laundering syndicate. This lead is critically important. If it can be proven that My friend also suggested taking the Yu Menglong case to the streets. This sentence has two possible interpretations. The first is to physically take to the streets to gain wider influence. And the second is to fully expose and lay bare the entire industry chain and the flow of funds behind it to the public so they can see it clearly. At this point, some might ask, since the matter has become so huge, why is the Beijing police so slow to open a formal investigation? Why hasn't there even been a proper notice? Recently, a netizen's report, leaked by the well-known self-media outlet Li Muyang, pulled back the curtain on the political darkness behind this. This netizen claimed that a family member was judicial staff. They stated that in Beijing, it would be impossible for a murder case involving an ordinary person to be covered up because internally, the administration demands a 100% case resolution rate. However, if someone wants to take the life of a public figure and also wants the case to never be formally investigated, then there must be backing from the highest levels of the Chinese Communist Party. This statement is extremely serious. It means that the suppression of the Yu Menglong case is not coming from a specific police precinct chief or an entertainment company boss, but rather from individuals at the very pinnacle of the power pyramid. The leak also provided a specific detail. Murders at this level are usually disguised as accidents, for example by manipulating the wire harness. Do you remember? Back in 2016, while Yu Menglong was shooting Xuanyuan's sword, he was involved in an accident where a wire harness snapped, causing him to fall 3 stories, nearly costing him his life. Looking back now, was that an accident or was it a premonition? Lin Weiyang also analyzed that Yu Menglong has 27 million fans and hundreds of billions of global discussions. The fact that a movement this big can be completely suppressed in itself proves that politics is influencing the judiciary. Under the CCP system, power is greater than law. If this case were formally investigated, it would likely involve internal high-level infighting and become a weapon for political opponents to attack, which is why the case has to be shut down. This also explains why the authorities have remained completely silent, because they dare not act and they cannot act. Recently, netizens discovered a video showing actress Wu Jingyan, who rose to fame for her role as a spy, posing for photos with journalists at an event. Suddenly, all the lights at the venue completely went out. Wu Jingyan was startled at the time and covered her face with her hands. Do you think this was just an accidental power outage? Considering the analysis that this case is being suppressed from the highest levels of the CCP and the possibility of transnational involvement, do you think international intervention such as from the FBI is the only key to uncovering the truth? Give me your political view.
睽睽之下，于朦胧不擦，换了位置，全网炸锅了。
According to industry insiders, this has an unspoken rule among celebrities. When the lights are cut off during a star's photo session, it means that person is not to be publicized or promoted. This is a deeply humiliating warning, signifying that someone wants to take you down, doesn't want you to succeed, or that you are currently in serious trouble. What makes people shiver is that Yu Menglong also experienced something similar when attending an event during his lifetime. The lights suddenly went out. Given Yu Menglong's fate, netizens are now extremely worried about Wu Jingyan, suspecting whether she has also crossed a certain red line or is involved in similar problems. Meanwhile, netizens continue to dig deeper into the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry. Meanwhile, the CCP's internet censorship has reached a fever pitch of insanity. One netizen revealed that around November 24th, they received a warning stating, "The content you recently published violated the Weibo community agreement and your account has been muted for 30 days. The netizen declared, "I haven't posted anything recently. I was completely baffled." After checking with another account, they discovered that the Yu Menglong video they had retweeted on November 2nd was gone. The netizens sighed, they are truly digging through old accounts. What is most outrageous? Even a fan account named Mo Bing was deleted. What's terrifying is that this Mo Bing had already passed away several years ago. They didn't even spare a deceased fan's account. What exactly is the CCP censorship machine so afraid of? They are afraid of a dead person, afraid of a memory, afraid that the truth will continue to be brought up. The Yu Menglong case continues to heat up, and more people are being dragged into the storm. Shortly after Yu Menglong died, his friend, Lu Wei, posted a lengthy piece saying, "I was lucky enough to be friends with you since coming to Beijing. I've known you for many years and cannot say a single bad word about you." He even promised to look after Yu Menglong's family. At the time, many netizens were touched, feeling that sincerity still existed in the entertainment world. However, recently, the tide has turned. A netizen on Threads released a leak that questioned whether Lu Wei was actually a spy. The leak claimed that Lu Wei was connected to the circle of Yu Menglong's alleged murderers, Qianxi and Shiqi. Jiao Maiqi and others actually had a very close personal relationship, even being close confidantes. There is suspicion that he was a person deliberately placed by Yu Menglong's side a long time ago for the purpose of monitoring him. These kinds of suspicious voices have exploded among fans. Some are denouncing him as a steamed bun eater of human blood who is capitalizing on Yu Menglong's death for traffic. However, there are also netizens who feel Lu Wei is innocent. On November 5th, Lu Wei posted a series of moon photos on Weibo. We know that Yu Menglong's name is derived from Menglong Moon. This photo received over 20,000 likes, and there was a comment below it saying, "You miss him too, don't you? I believe you won't forget him." Whether Lu Wei is a true friend or a master actor, we cannot draw a conclusion before the truth is revealed. But this fracture in public opinion truly reflects society's profound distrust of the current entertainment industry. Looking at the Wu Jingyan blackout incident and the suspicion surrounding Lu Wei, how much distrust do you have toward what is presented by the Chinese entertainment industry right now? Do you think there is no sincerity left behind the scenes? I know that as time goes by, the buzz will fade and people will start to forget. The one thing the authorities want is for us to be silent. But we can keep the attention alive online as long as we continue to talk and ask questions. The light hasn't completely gone out, and there is still hope for justice. Okay guys, that wraps up all of our updates and in-depth analysis today concerning the black curtain in the Mandarin entertainment circle. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to keep following this case so we're not alone in seeking the truth. And tell me in the comments, what is the one thing that shocked you the most out of all the conspiracy theories we discussed today? If there were any misstatements, inaccuracies in the information, or new case developments, I sincerely apologize. Let's correct and discuss them together in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I'll see you in the next video. If you're still watching this, maybe you're looking for the something I am.